Rain-soaked train station at golden hour, rain dripping off Belle's bangs, train steam rising behind Mathias. Close-ups of trembling hands, wet eyelashes, slow blinking. They remember their laughter in a park and dancing in the kitchen. They say if you truly love someone, you let them go. But no one tells you what it sounds like when your whole world walks away. Belle and Mathias stand face to face. The train behind him begins to rumble softly. Mathias said, "You came." Belle responded softly, tearfully, "I told myself I wouldn't, but I had to see you." One last time. They remembered dancing in their apartment at night, making dinner together. Laughter, a kiss. "Belle, you are everything I didn't know how to keep, and everything I'll never forget." Belle asked Mathias, "Why does everything feel right when it's already too late?" Mathias responded, "Because we weren't wrong, just out of time." Mathias gently presses his forehead to Belle's. No kiss, no promises, just a final breath shared. Belle asked herself, "Why did I let you go? Is it because I loved you too much to make you choose?" Train door closes, it pulls away. Belle stands alone, soaked in the rain, eyes closed. Belle sits alone, stirring coffee that's already gone cold. People move around her, but she's still lost in thought. The sound is muffled like underwater. She opens a worn leather journal, sketches, dried petals, Mathias's handwriting. Everyone told me time would heal it, but time didn't erase you. It just taught me how to carry you. Quietly, she flips through her journal, seeing her drawings of a rooftop, Mathias's eyes, his name written again and again in small handwriting. Belle now begins to remember the stars above them. Mathia and her on the bed laughing. He pulls her close and kisses her. Belle remembers when Mathias asked her, "If we don't make it in this life, will you find me in the next?" She promised she will find him. Belle closes the journal gently. Belle looks out the cafe window. Reflections of the past shimmer faintly on the glass. Mathias's silhouette almost appears beside her. She blinks. He's gone. Just her. She cried, holding tight her journal, and left the cafe. Shelves stacked with worn books. Warm golden light spills through the windows. Belle walks in with a scarf around her neck, her movements hesitant, distant. She runs her fingers along the spines of the books, not looking for anything, but not empty either. Belle, with a wistful voice, said, "I wasn't looking for you. I wasn't even looking for hope. But somehow, you were both standing in front of me." Belle pulls out a poetry book and opens it. She freezes. A note falls out in Mathias's handwriting. "You once said I'd always be a part of you." I never stopped hoping that was true. She hears a familiar voice behind her. "Belle?" She turns slowly. It's him. A little older, a little softer, but undeniably him. "Belle? How?" "Mathias, I was just passing through. Something pulled me inside." Pause. They look at each other. Years and silence crash silently between them. Mathias, with a lovely voice, says to Belle, "We don't always get second chances, but sometimes the universe leaves a door unlocked." Belle's eyes fill with tears. Mathias looks like he wants to hold her, but doesn't move. The world outside is still quiet, as if holding its breath. Belle says to Mathias, I tried to forget you." Mathias asked Belle, "Did it work?" Belle lowers her gaze. A single tear rolls down. Belle responded, not even for a second looking at Mathias' eyes. Golden sunset, soft shadows, contrast between two locations. Belle's home, a quiet garden in golden hour. Flowers, sun, breeze. Mathias's space, a small, rustic music studio with an upright piano and open windows. Belle sits in her garden with her journal, barefoot in the grass. Mathias plays piano softly, eyes closed, lost in the notes. The scenes move between them, together in memory, apart in reality. Belle thinking it loud. "I used to wonder if we made a mistake, but maybe love isn't about forever. Maybe it's about the courage to feel something real and still let it go." Belle writes slowly in her journal, whispering aloud, "He loved me in a way I still carry, not like a weight, but like a second heart." Mathias places a pressed flower on the piano, the same kind Belle once kept. He smiles, then plays a final note. "She was the silence in all my songs, the pause I never filled, and that was where the love lived." Belle closes the journal and exhales deeply. Mathias closes the piano cover gently and looks out the window. The sunlight touches both their faces at the same time, different places, same light. Belle speaks to the air, not expecting a reply. "If I see you again, I'll smile. But this time I won't ask you to stay. Because love, when true, doesn't ask for forever. It simply gives and then let go." Ethereal, luminous tones, soft edges, golden light, surreal transitions. A vast, celestial space with floating books, glowing orbs, soft wind rustling the pages of stories written across lifetimes. Belle walks slowly through a long corridor of glowing memory books. She finds the one labeled Mathias and opens it. As she reads, scenes from chapters 1 to 4 flash softly in reflections on the page. "All that time, I thought letting you go was the end of our story. But now I know it was just the end of our chapter." Mathias appears beside her, not older or younger, but timeless. "Mathias, there's still more to write." Belle asked Mathias. "Are you ready?" Mathias responded. "This time I won't miss a single page." They closed the old book and walked toward a glowing doorway. Earth, another life. A young woman, she looks like Belle, but different. Red hair, freckles, same eyes. She walks in, the bell above the door ringing. Behind the counter, a young man. Warm brown eyes, familiar smile. Mathias, reborn. They lock eyes, a pause. Something ancient stirs. Belle. "Hi." Mathias. "Hi. Have we met?" Belle. "I'm not sure, but it feels like I've known you forever." The young couple sits outside the bakery, laughing softly. The camera pans up to the sky. Clouds shift and form the silhouettes of Belle and Mathias, holding hands, watching over them. What have we learned from this love story? Some love stories aren't bound to one life. They break, return, and begin again, not as echoes, but as new hearts ready to love again. The end of one story, the beginning of forever. The beach where Belle once sent a letter in a bottle. It floats back ashore, now weathered with time. A young couple walks past. The girl picks it up, opens it, reads the note inside that says, If you ever find a love too big to explain, don't let it go. But if you must, carry it kindly. It will find its way home. The couple smiles, holds hands, walks on. Some loves don't get their ending in one life, but they always find their way back. For every soul still waiting, love never leaves. Beautiful. Let's reshape Chapter 6 as the true continuation of the love story. Not as an echo of the past, but the beginning of forever. This chapter isn't about remembering, it's about living. Fully, freely. Together. Bright morning light. Cozy morning inside a small town apartment. Belle makes coffee, red hair tied up messily, sunlight through the window. The world is simple, but it's theirs. Belle tells Mathias, this feels ordinary. Drinking her coffee. Mathias responded, exactly what we never had before. In every life before this one, we were almost. In this life, we're enough. Belle and Mathias read books in bed together. They dance barefoot in their living room. They are painting the wall of their new apartment. Mathias writes little love notes for Belle every morning. Mathias tells Belle that he used to believe love had to be grand to mean something. But with her, even silence feels full. A beach at golden hour, the same beach from the life before. They walk hand in hand barefoot in the sand. She picks up a shell. He tosses a stone. They sit, watching the waves and the sunset disappear. Belle asked Mathias, do you think this is the life we finally get to keep? Mathias responded, no, I know it is. This time, no goodbyes. No more almosts. This is the life we live. This is the love we get to stay in. This isn't the end of a story. It's the beginning of the one they never got to finish. Belle and Mathias sit at the edge of the water, her head on his shoulder, fingers intertwined. The words fade in. And they stayed. Not because they had to, but because this time they could.